Yo, what up, good people? So I wanna just go ahead and go right into it and just I'm still working on the one perspective and just I think I got it. But in this little clip that I did a time lapse on Procreate. Then I had to, adjust the time so I can go ahead and walk through it with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so all right. So what I'm doing, all I'm doing is going back to all my older storyboards and I'm just kind of recreating it and giving it more perspective instead of just some freestyle drawing. And like this one right here is like if you didn't see the previous video, this one just on my nephew on what he encountered. So I'm just trying to paint a visual picture of what my brother told me. So here it is. All right. So I did struggle a little bit on this one, and y'all will be able to see it. So I had to go through and just go back to the basics, draw a few boxes, and just kind of work off that horizon line to the vanishing point. And then once I had kind of got it down packed, now I said, all right, I'm gonna throw a shape in here. I'm gonna see something else versus the box. And that's just all basic stuff, man. All this stuff I learned online. So I had to go through, erase it, make it a little better, give it that perspective. This is where the challenge came in when I drew that circle. When I drew that circle, I said, oh no. Then from there, once I had that circle, then I said, man, what can I do to better this? I had to go into my other software, not as a cheat, but as of a learning. Like I said, you can give me the codes, but I still want to know how you got it. I still want to know. So look. So now we're finna go into Magic Poser. All right, so I did that same cylinder, and then I had it all going to the vanishing point. Then I was still confused because, as y'all saw where that yellow was on that box, it was like the vanishing point was like together. I flick in between to go back into there. And then I'm trying to see if I can do that same thing. And it was not happening. So I redid the whole thing. And I know where I messed up at. I messed up because, one, that where I first drew the cylinder, it was right on top of the vanishing point. So that's why that blue line was so inflicted. It didn't just come out right. So I had to, instead of pitting I had the circle at where I had the circle, I had the vanishing point going into the circle instead of with the circle, if that makes sense. Because you couldn't see the top part of the circle because how it was going down like that, But yeah, so I went back and redid this scene that I did with my nephew, and what I did on the right side is I kind of cheated it right there because I just drew it. I didn't have a scene or an area where I did it. So I said, all right, let me do it outside, like a playground, like a gate. Let's give it some more sense. Okay, he got confronted. So where did he get confronted at? Probably in his area where he usually be, playground. And then I drew a gate in the background, all following the one perspective. So I had to make sure I had to follow through. So right there, I'm just drawing like a playground, trying to keep that sense of one perspective, trying to respect everything so I can make sure I understand and learn everything from it. As y'all can see, just trying to I guess I forgot how a sandbox looked. So this is me drawing the gate. There you go. So I had to also still follow along because when I had those boxes, I had to make sure they all line up. So that's what I'm doing right here. So I'm playing it as if it was a grid all the way through, and I just want to make sure I stay aligned with that. And I like what I did on the newer version. That one right there kind of painted the picture a little bit more better, as if The director told me where it was, what was happening, and I came in and I drew it the right way instead of just cheating it. I came in, I did it the right way, gave it a little bit more detail. And I don't think it took too long to do that. Just adding the extra perspective lines, where you see the red is, everything came together. Kind of do a little grass, give it a little feel to it. But I really like how it came out. So, like I said, I'm gonna keep going through my old storyboards where, and just learn my way through. If y'all like what y'all see, let me know. All right, peace.